God. Absolutely no mystery God. There is no God in the sky, and there is no devil under the ground. Heaven is not in the sky, and hell is not under the ground. Heaven and hell are conditions of the mind. States. Jesus told us to stop looking for heaven in the sky. He said the kingdom of heaven is in you. And that we are the temple of the living God. That the living God lives in our temple, and he does not inhabit the sky, but he inhabits the higher realms of the heavens, of the realm of the secret innermost chambers of the subconscious chamber of the soul of man and woman. And this power bursts forth and emanates forth from him to set in motion a universal order based on principle and law. All of this set in motion by a divine power and a divine force that never dies. It's constant. It just changes forms. God is in man. Can't be in any man. He's got to be in the original man. Because if God is the first and everything comes from him, then he can't wait for anything else. He brings everything else into existence. There could be no white man if there were no black man. It is biologically and genetically impossible for the recessive white man to produce the dominant yellow baby. Biologically and genetically impossible for the recessive yellow man and woman to produce the dominant brown baby. Biologically and genetically impossible for the recessive brown man and woman to produce the dominant black baby. But that black man and his woman, the father and the mother of it all, can produce black, can produce brown, can produce red, can produce yellow. And if the seed runs wild or mutates in the womb of the black woman, even produce an albino, something which is whiter than white, 180 degrees in either direction.
Release of the black drum. Come in, my you tell it. King walk with the fire. See your Babylon, and me want kill him. Watch your blood run from me eyes. Coffee Christ and raise up the street in hotter. Dragon bring a flame from the pit of fire. Enemies are paid for the murders with black power gangsters. My dedication to liberation, sever with constant elevation. Kill a cracker for my nation, this I'll gladly show and prove. Protect the Sada, no hesitation. Rikers Island, destination. Many attempts, assassinations, and I'm still dropping Jews. Fucked up situation that you still think you Caucasian. But a disgrace to this nation, time to lynch another coon. Hands up, I can't breathe, still a bitch on your knees. Begging please, master, please. Happy slaves and buffoons as I watch the devastation from your miseducation. As I call it buck breaking, won't bust a balloon. Phil nigga be a racist. No need to complicate this while you comfy and complacent. Back in chains very soon. Mathematically equated with precision. Contemplated, now you looking devastated. Let me tell you what I mean. Faggot niggas integrated. MOD be most hated. And I know you crackers hate it. God is black up on the scene. What? Super King walk with the fire. See your Babylon and me one kill him. Watch your blood and run from me eyes. For Christ and for the poor, yeah. Blaze up the streets, make it hotter. Dragon bring a flame from the black power gangsters, liberate. Gassed up with elements, Panthers bang on presidents. Niggas sleep in residence, knowledge, self, common sense. Devil killer, frankincense, hold the line, dip my stance. If I would die, fuck the rent. Babylon's testament. White racist judgment. King Samir, the people say, let me burn this government. Teleport environments. Crown Royal Highness. Sour diesel cipher shit. Then I build with lioness. Then I kiss her pretty lips. Soldiers hear me get your grip. Plug out bags to clip. Water to medikit. Soldiers bring the fire. Feel nigga heating this. Now I got my understand. Oh that God completing this. Niggas race treasonous. Which master's ass? You for kids, I'm black, God, you a bliss. May you all rest in peace. From the slumber terrorists, Kamala Harris, better witch. Black man, a feminist, black power gangster shit. Super King walk with the fire. See a Babylon, everyone kill him. Watch your blood run from me eyes. Pick up your Christ and feed it for them. Blaze up the streets, make it hotter. Dragon bring a flame from gangsters liberate them. Super King walk with the fire. Watch your blood run from me eyes. Coffee Christ and be for them. Blaze up the streets, make it hotter. Dragon bring a flame from the base to fire them. Enemies of faith and the murders. For black power gangsters liberate them. Fire for bomb. Judgment on Babylon, yeah. Fire, yeah.
Thank you. Black power, rap cowards, gun button the other side. The pain I feel is hurting my heart, like if my mama died. Grabbing the llama, I might kill Obama now. But if I see George Bush, it'll be a homicide. Pardon my Swahili, I'm just speaking my mind. No time for being humble, I'm a beast with the rhymes. I give signs to the deaf, and I speak to the blind. With my people, I stay peaceful, cause I keep it divine. Get out of line, then you have to come and speak to the nine. Keep my cool when I have to bring the heat to a time. Break bones in the sand bowl, whenever I land blows. Give a fuck, you driving the Buick or in the Lambo. I could take a track and just drop it on some politics, or talk about my people's history and our accomplishments, or talk about a brother who I'm about to go demolish quick, but that'll make them happy as a faggot in the politics. Sisters, listen up, he don't respect you if he call you bitch. Then he hit the skins, hit the road and never calls again. There you go, with the flow we going off again. Crackers in they boardroom sweating, hoping I lost my pens. I still got it, I'ma terrorize the industry, cause I ain't confused about them Jews. Boom, boom, clear it out, there's a bomb in the room. Tell the crackers in the kite they got a problem with two, cause I'ma fight white power till I'm gone in the tomb. We can rally, but please bring your revolver with you, cause white death by the black hand is long overdue. Sometimes I'll be feeling like I've been lost in the zoo. My gorillas are killers, they pack knives and they blast text. The chrome magnum barrel long as a giraffe neck. You killed the Arawak, the Incas and the Aztecs. Your bloodbath is next, so don't you take this as an aspect. touching my toaster while I'm watching Sankofa. I bought a Land Rover just to run a cracker over his wall. The weak will fall and the strong will endure. Be a black atomic bomb, shake the world at its core. Why these faggots brag about they platinum jewels and they tours? I mean, this whole world is yours. Why you choose to be whores? Afro Prada, Afro Fendi, Afro Christian Dior. Your lips piercing the skinny jeans is pissing me off. Y'all some rapping homosexuals, tucking back your testicles. Black women thinking less of you, so they don't stand next to you. Got my people mad enough to spray a tech at you. I even know a couple sisters down to break a neck or two. I pack the gap, bring the industry back. I got everything you lack. Black integrity's back. Black. I'm in the octagon, killer cracker, glockathon. Nobody's getting spared. I'm dropping babies like the Octomom.
First, why kill the babies? They're just little innocent blue-eyed babies. Because, goddammit, they're gonna grow up one day to rule your babies. Kill them now.
The former slave take you back to the cave and beat all y'all to death and hot on your grave. I won't give you no respect till you pay off your debt. The only way to pay you back is leaking blood out your neck. I know I'm scaring white folks. Be the shell or be the yoke. Either way you getting cracked or even beaten to a pulp. I've been training my jujitsu, stop your breathing with a yoke. And I'm begging you to test me if you taking me for joke. Ain't gonna be no laughing when the guns start blasting. French fried crackers, potato or straight mash them. That means either blast them or stomp them to a fine powder similar to ashes. This cracker is a bastard. Got a knuckle game, something similar to Cassius. I'ma change my name to Mr. Kick a Cracker Ass quick. My quick hands hits harder than bricks, fam. Stepping in this man's like stepping in quicksand. I'm all the trouble you can handle. Rhymes hot enough to brand you. Don't wager with your life, get all the money you can gamble. See, this is just a sample of the beating I can hand you. I'm telling Uncle Sam too, don't make me choke slam you. Thinking that I'm ignorant, you need to pipe down like infants. And just remember my lyricism's ridiculous. I'm the best that ever did it, and I continue to do it. This is African insurrection music, the movement, move it.
Let's talk about resolution. No more trying to work nothing out. We accept your declaration of war against our race, against our babies, against our women, our children, men and families, and we have a resolution. Dedicating this discussion to our Haitian brothers and sisters who showed us what works with crackers, because talking don't work. So in the spirit of our Haitian ancestors who brought white tyranny to a divine and right.
We as black people need to unite. We need to get together as soon as possible. We're being smoked and killed by these pigs every single day. Driving while black, walking while black, breathing while black. They gun us down in the street.
Fresh boots for the new recruits. I raise an arm and a salute as I address the troops. They say black riders is extreme, that's how we gotta move. And tell the truth, we've been betrayed, so now we sucker proof. Niggas hating cause we do it like no other do. They throwing shade, we still shining like the month of June. Let these suckers speculate while we keep making moves. We pace across the nation, drop power state. Our number twos bring terror to the state, cause we propagating in the booth. Asthmatic with the flow and spreading like the flu. We military campaign on the track. Most of niggas in the game seeking fame in they raps. Guess the grain breaks psychological chains with these facts. Stick and move on these haters, launch a counter-attacks. Learn the lessons from the past, so we sticking with the jab. Keep these suckers at a distance while we execute the task.
We must pick up the gun and aim it in the right direction. For far too long, we as black people have been tricked, bamboozled, and manipulated by the evil, racist demons who run this country, who run the United States of America. These demons have caused massacres and mass amount of slavery. Back in the days on the plantation, the most rebellious leader will be drugged in front of the plantation. All the slaves will be brought out the hut. We as black people have been bust upside the head, drugged from Africa, and forced in chains to pick cotton for these bust-ass demons. It's time for us to get together and unite.
This rap is revolutionary African propaganda scattered throughout the entire planet. Communication device like antennas and satellites. Every time I grab the mic and recite what I write, it's like lyrical spirituals of enslaved ancestors round the campfire plotting how to defeat the oppressor. We're the youth, we're the root of the revolution. revolution. We need wealth redistribution to control our institutions. We ruthless, rebellious warriors, black riders. The spirit of Tupac is inside us, it's thug life. I represent the resurrection of insurrection. It's time to criticize the unjust with the weapon.
He will be brutally assassinated for rebellious activity in order to instill fear to our people. For far too long, generation after generation, we have been instilled with this fear. We have been instilled with this cowardice. Now it's time for us to stand up and get together and represent black power every hour. We represent the Black Rock, which is the new generation Black Panther Party for self-defense. We recognize the old generation. The old Black Panther Party got brutally assassinated by the evil demon, COINTELPRO and J.K. Edgar Hoover. He pushed in the crack cocaine, had Hewitt, and everybody smoking dope. Now we recognize what's going on. Now we see that you manipulated us and pumped guns into our community. They smuggled these things into the black community to confuse us, to trick us, and to banging on each other. Now we aware, we are conscious. We recreated the Black Panther Party because it was a need to retaliate on the evil demons. On this mic you won't hear today, Comrade, Minister of Public Relations, E-Rep, to get at y'all, to make y'all understand what needs to be understood. This is Sergeant Scar, our ground force commander. He coming through banging on y'all, letting y'all know the truth, busting you upside your head and breaking falsehood open.
Woman that just crawled out of the caves and hills of Europe and walk around today with an attaché case smelling like Pierre Cardin and smelling like Uchi and Coochie and Gucci and all that other stuff. This is a caveman. He spent 2,000 years, she spent 2,000 years in the caves and hills of Europe. I'm still talking about the goddamn white man. Spent 2,000 years in the caves and hills of where? E-U-R-O-P-E. This man, Elijah Muhammad, and this man, Louis Farrakhan, they teach us that EU means caves and hillsides. Euro, Eureka, you've heard the term. EU means caves and hillsides. Rope is self-explanatory. They were roped or bound or confined within the caves and hills of Europe for 2,000 years. And for 2,000 years, this blue-eyed devil crawled around on his all fours. He ate his meat raw. They ate each other even. They ate dogs. They ate anything. They take tree limbs and bust an animal in the head or drop a rock or a boulder on the animal and bust the animal in the head, blood everywhere, all in the mangy, diseased fur of the animal. Drag the animal back to the cave, and the little baby devils and the medium-sized devils and the mama devil and the daddy devil and the uncle devil and the auntie devil and the cousin devil and the grandma devil and the grandpa devil, all of them would then start biting on the nasty hair and fur of this dead, bloody animal lying right there in the cave. They didn't know anything about fire. Hell, when they first discovered fire, they damn near ran off the cliff. Say, gee whiz, gee manini, what is this? Really, they couldn't even talk in those days. How many of you saw the movie Quest for Fire? Hold your black hands up. If you saw Quest for Fire. In Quest for Fire, you saw but they tell you were a savage. They want you to believe that you were a savage. They walked around all in ooga booga. They're the ones that put the lie on us, but they were the ones ooga. And sign language and all kind of stuff. You could always talk. There's never been a time when you couldn't talk, black man. And we know it ain't never been a time when you couldn't talk, black woman. Sister got something to say, because she's the first teacher. The children, the babies, they learn the language from her. They don't call it the father tongue, they call it the what? Why they call it the mother tongue instead of the other tongue? They call it the mother tongue because it is mother who fills fills them with the spirit of life. It is mother who inspires them, giving them inspiration and information that moves them along the course of life. And so they call it the mother tongue, because the goddess is the one who breathes that life into them. Y'all still with me? We still talking about the goddamn white man.
Oink, bang, bang. Police don't need no body cams. More pigs need to be in body bags. Police don't need no body cams. More pigs need to be in body bags. Body bags, 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 body bags. Blood splashed on the dash cam, video went viral. Modern day lynching, fear-mongering, keep us in this cycle. Paradigm must shift. If an if was a grip, we would all be rich. But that if more like a fifth. Rabbi Drew, two Fanny Loos, go out in the blaze, then get bland up, hands up, hashtag by my name. I bet some don't even sense a threat. Just flames slap on the wrist, pat on the back, and got assistance in brothers lane. Police don't need no body cams. More pigs need to be in body bags. Police don't need no body cams. More pigs need to be in body bags. Still being civil, still holding candlelight vigil. Popo popping pistol, cracker restraint, not even injured. That ain't double standards, that ain't privilege though. They don't sympathize, it is what it is though. Statistics is wicked, I'm convinced they trained to kill the black and the innocent. You can't tell me different. Blue wall of violence, been here, check the data home. Same amount of bodies way before them camera phones. Law enforcement job is carry on draconian imperatives regardless of personal motives. They say the KKK infiltrated the force. Sad part some Negro right now calling them folks. Damn. Police don't need no body cams. More pigs need to be in body bags. Police don't need no body cams. More pigs need to be in body bags. Body bags, 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 body bags.
Rest in power, Seville Smith. City caught fire, your star still lit. Fresh off papers, I'm in the field dipped with the steel grip like unity is real strength. I cook a pig, but I don't eat the poor. Freedom or death, I'm like either or. Are we following the leading more? Don't put them in your prayers, put them underneath the floor. Who wanna be the king? Which one? More in the Rodney. I be midnight riding, me and Doc Marty, Bomani, True and Harry and Shotty. Hell aiming for heads while Jay and Green prepare for the bodies. Body bags.
Wartime. It's Warrior Wednesday at 7 p.m. Student Knowledge Radio. It is the Khalid Muhammad Militia Hour. I am here standing in for our wartime general, the 5-star general of the Khalid Muhammad Militia, General King Samir Shabazz. And we here on a special commemoration on the eve of the God Day of that warrior God who walked with us, the patriot retributionary saint of the Khalid Muhammad Militia Hour, the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him and his righteous family. And we here. I go in. It becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present to others, a warrior, a sojourner who has sojourned in the hells and smells of North America and Been a warrior comrade for almost 3 decades with our family, maneuvering us in the way of the Panther. The last true disciple of George Lester Jackson and that retributionary spirit that is necessary to free our people from tyranny and oppression. Our brother and warrior leader, the 5-star general of the Black Riders Liberation Party, New Generations, Black Panthers, General Taco Wolverine Shakur, taking all capitalists out. Black Power, wartime general.
Black Power, can you hear me out there?
Black Power, sir, he's loud and clear.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Black Power, and all power to the people. I'm so much honored to be on this powerful show today. A tribute to an unapologetic, uncompromising, bold black man, Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Black Power, and all power to the people. Much respect and shout outs goes out to you, sir, Knowledge Born. Black Power goes out to General King Samir from Khalid Abdul Muhammad Militia and our MOD of Black Riders, King Samir. Black Power. As always, pushing armed self-defense. And as Khalid Abdul Muhammad taught us, we pushing an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a head for a head, and a life for a life. It is so important today for us to realize the teachings and the actions of Khalid Abdul Muhammad, the father of the armed self-defense militia movement of today. This is a brother who brought the gun back to the map of the Black Power movement on a national level. It is important we study his lessons and his teachings as much as we can today, because in racist America, Black people are facing extermination. Black people are facing genocide. And I'm honored to say today that this is one brother who woke me up, who resurrected me from the living dead and brought me into consciousness, brought me into knowledge of self. Once I heard this powerful black man spitting bars, super knowledge across Ice Cube beats on a CD death certificate. When I was deaf, dumb, and out of my mind, banging in the streets, unconscious, foolish. And he brought forth teaching that allowed me to redeem myself, that allowed me to gain revolutionary consciousness, which propelled me into strong, powerful, revolutionary action. My name is General Taco, and I represent the Black Riders, which is the new generation Black Panther Party for self-defense. And when we think about the teachings of Khalid Abdul Muhammad, it is so important we realize, like he taught us, that we were robbed. We were robbed of our culture, robbed of our names, robbed of our language, robbed even of the essence of our very being. Our African being was stolen. And we were subjected to false teachings and lies to reduce us to servitude and slavery by the demon white man in his cruel, barbaric ways. We were robbed of the very essence of our being. To not have our essence, to not have our African being is to reduce us to nothingness, to reduce us to walking, living dead. We as a people must resurrect ourselves, redeem ourselves, revitalize ourselves with true African knowledge. Khalid Abdul Muhammad taught us that after 711 AD, and the Moors conquered Spain, that it was the evil King Ferdinand, it was the evil Queen Isabella who married and brought their troops together to finally expel the Moors and to jack them and to steal their precious knowledge of navigation and maritime skills. The evil demons thought the world was flat. But like Khalid Abdul Muhammad taught us, he said that Africa is not just our home, but Africa is our throne. He said that Africa is our home, but it is also our throne in which we ruled the whole planet for over 10,000 years. We as Africans traveled, migrated to, sailed to every corner of this globe before any race even ever existed. So when King Ferdinand, Queen Isabella expelled the Moors and stole the navigation skills and unleashed all the demons, all the dogs from the prisons of Europe to back up Christopher Columbus to only get lost in the end. In 1492, they let loose their evil demons from the prisons to capture our best in Africa, the greatest scientists, the greatest architects, the greatest geniuses, the princes, the kings, the queens, were all netted by the evil demons, drugged to the breaking in camps, and reduced to absolute slavery, was reduced to property like a bag of sugar, a goat, a cow. So we must understand it is necessary to throw off the shackles of the slave mentality and regain the strength of Africanality. Khalid Abdul Muhammad brought this straight home to our people. A lot of times he was rejected, he was neglected, and even some of our own in skin color at least attempted to assassinate him, like the coward James Best did in Riverside. He tried to snuff out the voice of our people. And God allowed him to persevere. And he did not die on that day, which charged him, which motivated him, inspired him. He didn't back up. He didn't kowtow. He didn't backslide. He went harder on the devil. So once James Byrd Jr. was drugged to his death by racist white supremacists down in Texas, in Jasper, Texas, he had the heart, he had the audacity, he had the courage of 1,000 colonized soldiers to march down there and back down the Klan, back down the pigs, in order to seek justice for James Byrd. Man, who else was coming like that at that time? Stop playing. Understand, he is the father of the armed self-defense movement. And it's up to us to continue that armed legacy. This is the absolute truth. Because he was ultimately assassinated by the demons. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Because just like he said out of his very mouth, Khalid Abdul Muhammad taught us. He said he don't care if he slip on a bar of soap. It was the goddamn cracker. He don't care if he died in a car accident. It was the goddamn cracker. So when we talk about Khalid Abdul Muhammad, It's only right for us to ride today. It's only right for us to push armed self-defense to the fullest with them choppers. We got racist police terrorism. We got white supremacist militias thinking they could kill us, and it ain't gonna be no response. And that's why it's so important for us as a people to unite, but more so important for these Panther groups and these black militias to put their choppers together. I sat as a youngster in 1997 and met Khalid Abdul-Muhammad in Oakland at a Black Panther reunion, and we shook hands, we got tight. I met Aaron Michaels down in LA. And ultimately we had meetings in Texas to push a Panther United Front, to push a Panther coalition that was going to finally bring about, like Khalid Abdul-Muhammad taught us, the absolute liberation and salvation of the Black nation. Now, it's almost 28 years later, and we have developed the Black Defense Committee, which is a Panther United Front that's pushing the absolute freedom of all political prisoners and prisoners of war. This is carrying on the tradition of Khalid Abdul-Muhammad, because he knew only unity can bring about the death of white supremacy, the death of capitalism. So it's good to watch the videos. It's good to learn the lessons. But keep Khalid Abdul-Muhammad's name out your goddamn mouth unless you plan on pushing the line. Talk is cheap in a fascist state, though. That's why it's important for us to unite these Panther formations and these black militias to put these choppers together. We have a global situation of white supremacy, and we must deal with it like that. And once they are wiped off the map and they die, we gotta do like Khalid Abdul-Muhammad taught us. He said, when they die, bury them, dig them up, and kill them again. Bury them, dig them up, and kill them again. Bury them, dig them up, and kill them again, and again, and again. That's all I wanted to say for today. Black power, all power to the people. Death to white supremacy, death to capitalism, death to imperialism, and death to fascism. With that black power like go, all power to the people.
The question is, now, you see, the way you talk are frightening quite a lot of people. Okay. All right, according to what they've been saying and what I know. And I want to know that, are you going to not necessarily be meek and humble and all that, but are you going to just minimize your way of approach? Because not everybody's a revolutionary, or they have not been trained to be that, and the fear is keeping people away from coming together as they should. Now, what can you do about that?
There's nothing I can do about that, because it's my firm belief that somebody has to be that. Everybody can't be mealy-mouthed. Everybody can't be compromising. Everybody can't tiptoe through the tulips. Everybody can't play politics. Everybody can't, if I haven't said it, compromise. Somebody has to be strong. I wouldn't have to be as strong as I am if I saw some others being strong like that. I could tone down, but I'm feeling such desperation to get the message out, to try to plant the seed in those who are strong enough that the walls of their heart, the walls of the uterus of their minds, metaphorically speaking, can hold that revolutionary life and not abort it. So I'm not looking for great crowds. Most of the great crowd, you can get a great crowd where 1 million will show up if you're compromising on the principle. If you're telling them, as I heard some rappers and some musicians say, I'm going to the Million Family March, they said. I went to the Million Man March, and I did too. And they said, I'm going to the Million Family March because this time is for everybody. So they were happy that white folks were being included. Damn it, I'll never have anything where the white man is included. Alton Maddox is not at the slave theater right now because Alton Maddox says that what I'm doing is for the African. What I'm doing is for the black man and black woman. No white folks, they came to the door, they tried to get in, they criticized him for having me there, everything. They tried to take him to court, and the old Negro judge out there that owned the slave theater ended up putting Attorney Maddox out because he wouldn't let white folks in. There must be some place where white folks can't come. Now, white folks, we can't keep them out of here. This is Harriet Tubman, this is school. If they came in here, if they can sit under the fire that I'll put on there behind, they're welcome. But when they come, I ain't changing nothing for them. If anything, it's going to get hotter and harder because I got examples to point to sitting in the audience. And I many times tune right in on them. Sitting right in the audience. Look at that old ugly beast sitting there outside. Look at the way he's squirming. White folks, I say, should never be able to come into a black revolutionary meeting and be comfortable. And be comfortable. They shouldn't be comfortable. They should be uncomfortable. So I'm that one. It closes doors in my face. It cuts back on money that could go in my pocket. It drives some women away from me. I've had some sisters I was trying to talk to, and they were really, I mean, I thought it was really, you know, something. We talking, and the sisters, none of those sisters, some of them, you know, one of the sisters is a singer in this city, a singer. That's all, I didn't say actor, I said a singer. And I thought we were going out, this is some few years back. I was all excited. I'd heard the girl sing. I thought we were going out, and as soon as we about to make to go out, she honestly, as God is my witness, said to me, I found out who you are, really. She said, I can't go out with you. She said, I'm not lying. She said, I might get killed if I go out with you. Do you want me to die with you? This is the truth. So, I mean, all of that is a part of it. I've been to Mecca 7 times. So you ain't got to wait for me to come back and tell you that I had no change of heart because of some crackers over in Mecca. I've already been 7 times, and I'm harder on them every time I come back because I found racism in Mecca. So I ain't coming back telling you that I'm changed because of some crackers I saw in Mecca. I ain't gonna change because of no communist cracker, no socialist cracker, nor a soda cracker, or Nabisco cracker. No cracker is gonna change me. So, brother, if they stay away from me, they stay away. If the black nationalists, if the Pan-Africanists, if these other radical organizations, for certain reasons, pull back from me and I look up and they ain't with me no more, I don't give a damn. I love them still, but I keep on pushing because somebody has to hold the line. And I'm going to hold the line. Back against the wall on the 1-inch line. I'm holding the line. Go down's down, and I'm still holding the line. You ain't going in, cracker. You're not going in. Somebody has to do that. I'm comfortable uncompromising. I understand I'm not going to be invited to this or that or the other. Somebody has to do it. And your children and your children's children will build on the legacy of the uncompromising legacy that I leave. Watch that. And some of them will condemn you for being around and being such damn cowards. Your own children will condemn you. You were with him? What did he say wrong? Well, it was the manner in which he said. There's no manner to fight an enemy like this. You fight it with everything you got. Malcolm said, you want to know when your enemy will understand that you want to be free? I'm paraphrasing him. He said, your enemy will understand that you want to be free when your enemy knows that you're willing to do anything to be free. Anything to be free. God damn it, you won't even talk to be free. You want to dress it up. He's too rough. Damn it, the times are rough. The cracker is rough. Everything is rough, but you just weep with all your Africa on. And ain't no Africa no goddamn where in your heart. Malcolm said that. He say some of you, he said you left your mind in Africa. You dressed up Negro. I don't mean all of you. Some of you fools. But most of us, many of us are just dressed up Negroes. We're just dressed up in our Africa. I've seen some dreadlock Negroes stay high all the time. Couldn't plan no kind of revolution. Can't even revolve out of the room. Can't even revolve out of the bed. Blunts and splibs this goddamn big. And white women. And white women. In the name of cultural diversity and multiculturalism, and I'm not a racist. Give me a black woman or get the hell out of my way. Some of you say, but it's not the white man, it's just the system. It's not the white man, it's the system. If we can change the system, we gotta change the system. You sound like a fool. It's not the white man, it's the system. That's just like saying, it's the spider web. It's not the spider. It's the spider web. It's not the spider. And you work to tear down the spider web, but you leave the white spider, and the white spider will weave another spider web if you tear down the spider web that's in front of you. You haven't stopped the system. You haven't stopped the spider web until you deal with the spider, until you deal with this no good beast, until you deal with this bastard, this cracker, until you deal with this devil.